Now, after you've had your calls there and you've been working with them, and you're ready for some advanced calling. First off, you went out there in the woods on your elk hunt, and you need to make a location bugle. Well, here's how I do it, and then I'm going to take you right on through everything that may help you. First off, you make sure that your call is damp, and you have a little dimple in it. That will properly let your lip go down against the backing plate and control your sound. Otherwise, if it's too tight, the call's got control of you, you want control of it. Now here's your location bugle. Now, once you reach that advanced sound right there, how I done that was with my lip on the lower lip step, shove it up again there, started a little with my voice. As soon as you get the out, you're shoving down, expand your cheeks, start the flow of the air onto your backing plate, and start your scale up. And the notes will come automatically, but just backing off a little bit, and you'll get that after you practice. Well, now let's cover a little bit here on this resistor. You made your location bugle, maybe you moved in on your bull. Now a resistor is an item that I put in the bottom of the mouthpiece. It's just like that right there. It slides in the bottom. I've got in my bull. I've changed from my ready box to a light latex on here. He's a decent bull, and I really want to work him. I don't want to overcall him. So I've changed to a resistor in my call. I change it and pop it in my tube. You can put a whole mouthpiece in or your drop in. Now what I'm going to do is some slurpy sounds, a small attitude bugle, and here's how I cover that. It goes with your lower lip. A few sounds like that. And you're slobbering on the latex. Take your tongue then and go, and then come back to your lip and squeeze your tube down and come into your high note. You might even throw in a little bit into the calling portion of it. You may throw a little of this attitude in. And that's just by shaking it, and it sounds like this. It's in your voice. He hears me right now. It's all I can do is not bugle at him. I can't. There's irritate him no more. Gotta leave him alone.
Irritate him tonight. He knows.
See? You heard me. And that'll pretty well get that old bull worked up if you worked him, not overcrowded him, and then move in on him, get on his level, keep the wind in your favor. The sounds is everything. If you overcall, make an off note, probably go sour on you. There's another few things you can do. Now, if you get down there and a small bull comes in on you and you elect not to take him, well, what you do is try to get rid of him. Now, that portion right there is he's going to come down draft, check you out, come down draft on you. Just before that bull gets to you, you can do a little chase away, I call it. You can take your cow call and yeah. And that is a call like this here. It's your cow call. And it's on your tube like I use both of mine together here. I'm right there handy. One's here, one's here. And I'll go, just chase that little bull out of there. That's another helping tool you got there with you. You got to learn to do those things. Otherwise, that bull's going to smell you. Body posture back to the harem, thing's over. You don't want that to happen. Well, I hope you understood what I was doing there. It's all about your voice, your tongue on it, your lower lip on it, and to make that chuckle. Guys are saying, gosh, I can't make that chuckle. Well, you have to do it. It's your lower lip as a chop. I'm going to do it with no chamber tube in my hand. I prefer everybody using it like this here. Wrap your hand around it and go like this here. You start, then you go to your chuckle. Little chop chuckle. That's your lower lip. You go into it. Then when you slide your tongue in, it's like this. You go, stick your tongue down. Pop your tongue off. And go, and that should be enough to get you the idea to do it. Then when you get it down, you think you got it, then put it back in your chamber tube, it'll sound like this. The deeper your voice goes, the deeper the sound is. Stay away from that. Tighten your vocal cords up. Be a lesser bull. I have a problem with getting too deep because of my throat. Well, I hope that helped you a little bit right there. Now I'll take you in some cow calls. I always carry two calls. enticer cow call with light latex. Stimulator cow call, which is a green mouthpiece with medium latex. I like the Herd Talk set because I got them setting right here. I can go back and forth to them. My Molester's cow call, which is in here, I do not like them around my neck. There's too many dangling around there. That's why I put mine on my book bugle, because I got it setting over here. I can go here when necessary and needed. Otherwise, I'm right here. This green call, the stimulator, makes a real sweet estrus cow call, makes a Herd Talk sound. You can blend in real small sounds of a cow tending her calves. And the little unit here, the black one, the enticer, that has light latex. You want to lick them, get them started in the morning. You may want to pull it up, stick your tongue in it for the backing plates on stuck. Making the kef call, let's cover that first. What I'm doing, I'm taking my lower lip, setting on the lip step, not lapping my upper lip over the top like I'm drinking pop. I just set it on top. I blow straight at it. Firm my cheeks up real tight, just like I'm going to kiss. You set it on there and you go. I'm blowing quickly right at it. You make little bitty chirps, chirp, chirp, chirps. That's a calf that's concerned. He's not sure of himself. When you get out there and you're working some cows and moving in and little bulls are in the way, if you watch their body posture, you're going to see their ears flopping, shoulders relaxed, no heads up. And you can calm them all down by calf, because the calf is the one that makes the sounds first, because he's not thinking right. Go back to the cow call. Now you want to advance that a little bit, shove a little more air, put a little more pressure in it, a little more meaning in it. That's shoving down and just making your airflow, pressure in and out with air. You can make those tones. And when you make that little at the end, you relax your lip off, pull back a bit, and keep the air. And just let it slack off. I hope that'll help you in your Herd Talk sounds. It's real effective, in close. Don't be afraid to use it, but don't overdo it. Watch your harem, watch their body posture. It'll help you completely. Now advancing into the Molester's cow call. I designed this call for one reason. When you blow this green call and you're going to shove estrus, here's what happens. You're wanting to reach further. Off tempo is here. That's too high a pitch. This call here has got a harder cone. It's got larger holes in it. Harder unit. This has got smaller holes and it's soft. This call now has got the backing plate. It's all concave down as you've seen in the instructional tape. The lip step wraps all the way around for one reason. To put your lip in there, collapse the sides down, and the piece in the middle never will give up on you. It'll always nasal. So lick it. Get it nice and loose. You want your latex not too tight over the top. If it's too tight over the top, it slides up and you lose control. You want to keep that latex pulled up when you're assembling it. It comes on the scratch marks, or again the lip step here, right close to this lip step, and then it's slack in the middle. You want it loose for control. Now, I'm going to do the estrus mew. It's real soft, real sweet. I can pick that up more by more pressure and more airflow. You notice my cheeks are tight. I'm not going like this. That's duck calling and goose calling. You can't do it because when you're going home them calls, you got to keep them tight and work your lips. You're doing the same thing right here. Real soft. Most other calls can't get that soft. But I can get loud. Commanding. Like in the morning, you want to go out there and you don't want to bugle. Well, if you sound this call off down the canyon, you're saying one thing. I want attention. I'm an estrus. I got that feel, and I want you to talk to me. You do that 2 or 3 times off down through that valley, and you'll get the response of a bull say this right here to you. He may not get real vocal. He may go. He just says, sweetie, here I am. And that's what it's all about. Estrus cow calling. Don't overuse your estrus cow calls. Let them blend in first. Try to mimic what they're doing. If you overdo it, they go away on you. Now, there's another thing that I do is, say, I do a lot of evening hunting on the set-down thing. I don't push my bulls in the evening because you may shove them out of the area, can't find them for the morning. Okay, I'll go out, maybe even that morning I put them to bed. A lot of times you can see that. Now, you know how you're going to work them that evening, but the thing of it is you got to get the wind. I always start up high, sit there, I'm smoking the bottle, I'm doing my puff down, tells me what's going on. I can move down. As the thermals change, I can move down. Now I got in position. I put my shooter out there, got him all set up. We're all moving with the flow of the thermals. Now, I may sound off like I told you. Estrus cow call. Little high-pitched bugle. Little attitude. Something's going on up there. Some calf calling. Basically calf calling. As you throw that out there, you're getting the attention of somebody's already up there. So first of all, what happens, you may hear a little small bugle closer and closer. Thermals change, you move down. And you don't want to get them coming too quick. Because if you do, you can't get down and you get caught. And I've been caught several times. Well, now you get the shooter in position. Back caller is great if you got one. Now you're sitting there with your call, you got him coming, you hear him. All of a sudden, what shows up first is lesser bulls because they're going to feed early. Somebody's up there. Then along come the little bigger satellite bulls. And then the herd bull. All of a sudden you may hear this chime. When you hear this chime right here basically I can do it good with a light latex and a resistor. It's a sound like this as cows travel. You got this sound here. Your little bull got an attitude up there. You throw some cow calls in, some estrus cow calls in a little bit slightly. Then you start the movement. Just enough to get it going. Throw some calf calls in, and all of a sudden you might hear this sound down there. He don't get into it very much, but he just gives you a little. So you repeat that sound. You get it started. Throw some more cow calls, and next thing you know, standing right in front of you is a bull. Small bull, average bull, whatever. But it's going to happen. Because you set it up right, you know it, they're there, they're coming. Okay, here he comes. Now he's looking all around. You got your shooter in position. He's sitting right down there, and you got the draft right. Your back caller, if you got one, really going to help you out a lot. Here's all flowing together. Now, you got to let that little bull get going on by. Hold your horses down. All of a sudden, he's gone. Maybe another one comes. All of a sudden, there's a nice, decent bull. And he's looking. He got it. So now, you got to get rid of this guy. About that time, he's thinking, I get rid of him. About that time, the spike barked. He made something. Now, how are you going to clean that up? Well, you can't just sit there. You got to do something. So I do it like this. I gave him a little bark, a little, I'm here. But now if you heard this, let's get the heck out of here. This is different. That's attention. Heads up, guys, something's wrong. Clean it up. Do the same thing he does. He barks, do the same thing he does, and all of a sudden that other bull, he's there, like you saw him. There he is. Now, what are you going to do with him? Well, there he goes. He's a nice bull. He got across that canyon on us. We couldn't get over on him. He's going to live to be another year older. Well, let's cover some of these diaphragms. As you know, having false teeth, I can't blow a cow call very good with the diaphragm. But I've mastered the in-mouth diaphragm for blowing bull calls, sounds, and slurpy sounds, and best I can do with them. But this chamber tube, as I talk about, I want to take it out of here from the 1.5-inch hole. And I'm going to compare these to you so you can hear the difference. We're going to pop in this airflow control one. Dampen it, pop her together here. Now, here's some sounds that I do with the medium diaphragm. We're going to blow some average bugles that most guys do, like EUE, chuckle, chuckle, chuckle. Most guys can do that, can't go no place else with it. Well, here's how you do that. Now, when you got that far, what are you going to do next? Wait, cow call, or whatever? Well, there's one more thing you do when you're working a dominant bull, because now we're working dominant bulls. If he can do it, you got to do it. You're getting that old monkey laugh now. Also, you can pull that little lip ball in. I'm going to show you how I'm doing that. It's done just like this. You pull that tube down on your upper lip, by throwing your lips out like that and blowing air through them, it sounds just like this. And you get an old bull out there that's really talking to you, you got him worked up. If you can't go there, you're probably not going to get him, because you got to be able to do what he does, or you're no threat to him. Now, even if it's a smaller diaphragm, you can do the higher pitch of it, but don't get into it too quick. You're a little bull and trying to be big. That's how you irritate that dominant bull that's doing it. Now, if he won't come into that, the last thing, a resort you got, grow up, get nasty with him, rake a tree, tromp the ground like me. I wear Nike football shoes, and I rake those cleats on the ground. I'm doing everything that they're doing, making noise, racket, because elk are noisy. Now, I want to let you hear this sound one more time without this resistor in here. See, I use the resistor in my mouthpiece. That thing slows the airflow down for diaphragms. Now, when it wasn't in there, it sounds like this. You're across the canyon, you can reach further. You get in close, you want that in there. Say you're hunting a buddy system. One guy's got it cut down a little bit, one guy's open. Now, let's do it this way. It really takes it out there further. It's got more echo in it. It has no sleeve on it. Put that sleeve on there, it calms it right down. Now I'll compare it. Don't be afraid to dampen it down a bit. Squeeze the tube down. Put this back in my mouth here. That coverty sound, a lot of straight tubes, different tubes. You get that coverty sound, 100 yards, fine. In close, boy, you better watch it. You better turn it behind you, dampen it down, squeeze it, because they made everything you said. Well, I hope some of these tips out there will help you out there in your hunting encounters. There's one other thing I really want to show you. When you're changing my latex on my external calls on the medium, you don't have to use it on the light because it's got powder on it. Put some cornstarch on there, get it slick, because you're wanting to put that on there correctly. If you put it on tight O-ring, all you're doing is stretching the latex. You're not moving the latex. So put the cornstarch on it, use your top O-ring, pull it, get it adjusted. It'll adjust it a lot easier, get it correct. When you got it right, it'll sound great there in the woods. I hope these things will help you out there.